Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz. In this episode, the Table Tennis Federation of India's technical officials will tell us what is racket control and how to check the rackets before they are used by players during matches. Currently, the technical officials are inspecting the rackets of the players at the 86 Senior Nationals in Surat.
Rackets play a major role in table tennis. So, we as a federation and we as a referee and other technical officials would like to ensure that players play with legal rackets to ensure fair play and to have integrity. So, with this in mind, when we conduct the tournaments, we have the regular checking of the rackets for its thickness, for its flatness, and for the legality of the racket covering with the LARC, the list of authorized racket coverings issued by the ITTF. But then we don't have a provision to check the presence of volatile solvents. So we are now depending on the racket controllers, and fortunately, India has now a qualified racket controller of the ITTF, and so now we have started the process of racket checking from the last zonal championship and also for the nationals, wherein the players were allowed to have a voluntary testing of the rackets to find whether the racket is legal or illegal. This we allow them to have a voluntary racket testing. At the same time, for the matches, what we do is we have a pre-match checking. So in the pre-match checking, the rackets will be checked by designated racket testers for flatness, covering thickness, VOC levels, and conformity with the approval of the LARC list. So once it is confirmed and all parameters are in order, we declare the racket controller declares the racket as legal and we allow them to play. But in some instances, the racket fails in certain parameters, it becomes illegal. Then we allow the player to play with the second racket, which will be tested after the match. And in the post match, if the racket fails in any one of the parameters, then the referee has got every right to disqualify the player from that event. Because we want to ensure that players play with a legal racket and there is a lot of fair play and the level of playing ground is the same for everyone, because now that in the market a lot of boosters, a lot of other materials are available, which sometimes they use to paste the rubber, which gives an additional advantage for some other players who use that. Just to stop that and to ensure that the rackets are all legal, we have started this procedure, and many of the rackets were tested and some of them have failed, and so now this message has gone into the players, and our players also are very careful because they know the consequences. Because in ITTF approved events where racket control is there, once the racket is failure to 3 or 4 times, then they will ensure that the player is debarred from further tournaments. So the players also would like to ensure that they play with the legal rackets, and I'm sure that with the introduction of this new racket control system, we are sure that the presence of illegal rackets will go away and players will play with the legal rackets. So all players are playing fair play to have an integrity of the game.
Just like I came before the match. Now we have checked visually, and first we write the ply name. The ply name is butterfly. Then we using the lark. This is the list of authorized rubber, which one all rubbers which are using in all over world. Then mention here. If you mention here, then this is a valid for the playing. If you not mention, it cannot be play this type of rubber. When we see first the color side, the red side, the number is 14003. This is the inside. This inside is also mentioned in the lark. So lark is yes. The black side, the same rubber 14-003. Lark is yes. This is the inside. Now we start to VOC. First we start the colored side. We check the outside reading 00, then put this for the 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, value is 0.1. It means this is good. And the other side again we start and see the outside value is a 0 0, then put for the 20 seconds. And after 20 seconds the value is the result is 0 0. It means this racket for the VOC is okay. Now we are going to check the flatness of the racket. We start with the color side. We take two places, minus 0.07, the other side is minus 0.05, the black side minus 0.04, and the red side minus 0.05. It means the flatness of the both side of covering is okay. Now we check the thickness of the rubber. We are keeping here for the calibration. Then here is the 0 0. 0 0. Now we start 4 places from the this racket: 3.79, 3.70, 3.73, and 3.56, and we will take the 4 average of the this cover side. Then again the black side: 3.75, 3.79, 3.76, 3.77. It means both racket covering is okay, flatness and thickness is okay, VOC is okay. It means this racket is passed for the playing. This is the VOC machine. It's called also mini ray. VOC is the volatile organic compound machine, and this is the flatness device, and this is the thickness device, and this is the loop. When you are using the flatness and thickness divide and we have found some doubt, then I will use the loop. We can be see with the loop what is the measurement of the rubber, and the value is of the rubber with sponge minus less than 4.10, and without sponge less than 2.10. I am trying to check at least 40 to 50 records a day per day, and the last previous youth junior and youth national championship total we checked 251 rackets, and I found 23 illegal rackets, and this program is ITTF starting for the fair play. So I am trying to every player to teach how to maintain the rackets thickness and flatness, so he can use the good ply and good rubber, and all is valid. This is the ITTF aims, and this is also the TTFI aim, and I am thank you to TTFI to nominating me as a racket controller in this tournament, and I hope in further in the future in other tournament.